This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And welcome to the GBU Live Campus View Club here at the University of Pittsburgh. There is a women's basketball game going on. We will hear that. I'm sure it's going to start here in moments. The Panthers against Stanford. In year two without Tara Vanderveer, what a career she had at Stanford.
Career. Unbelievable. One of the best coaches ever in sport.
Yeah, it's a good way of saying it. I mean, She was unbelievable. Coming off a pair of road games, I know you guys are excited to be home. One of the things that stuck out to me about Tuesday, you were hanging right there, and it seemed like you have an opportunity, whether it was a missed shot, a turnover or something, to cut into the lead, and every time you didn't, Virginia was there to pounce.
Yeah, well, that's what a really good team does, and they are a very good basketball team. If you look at the way that roster was constructed when Brian Odom got the job and the investment that was made by the athletic department and the university to kind of get them back going in the direction that they were under Tony. They're old. The pieces really fit. I thought we got off to a really good start. We were moving the basketball. We were executing. But right around the 15-minute mark, that's when things kind of went in the opposite direction for us. We panic. That's what happens. Like, we panic. And, we try as a coaching staff to get them out of it, but we just, we panic. And that's what happened in that game offensively, that our inability to rebound the basketball. Coming into the game, we knew they were the best offensive rebounding team in our league. We talked about it, tried to work on it. We also knew that we couldn't turn it over against them. And I think for the game, if you look at the game, Virginia came into that game averaging 84 points. They had 67. 36 of them came off of our turnovers and offensive rebounds. So our first shot defense was actually really good. Like, we did a good job there with our first shot defense, defending their actions and things like that. Where we just got absolutely killed was on the offensive glass, and our turnovers led to easy baskets. And then, like you mentioned, every mistake that we made, or we're right there, we had momentum in the second half. We had cut the lead to, I think, 11 or 12, had the ball out of a timeout, had a play that we were going to run, and we turned it over. And we don't even get the ball to the initial action, to make the initial pass, and then they hit a three. But that's what really good teams do. They make you pay for mistakes, and they're a very good team.
You mentioned the rebounding. Was that as much about just their sheer size, or did you feel just fundamentally you weren't boxing out?
Well, I don't think we do. We've done a good job of blocking out, of understanding that it's a contact sport and you have to make contact. It's not enough to be right there. Like, you have to initiate contact. You have to see, Milan Brown always calls it like it's like a car crash. Like, that's what you have to be. You're going, and you have to seek contact. If not, the other team is. And so right from the very beginning, like, we're getting pushed under. There's a play, we showed it today to our guys, like, their guard literally pushes Cam Corrin all the way to the baseline, so he doesn't have a chance to get a rebound. There was one play where their point guard grabs DeMarco going for an offensive rebound and literally just throws him out of the way. For us, we lift a lot of weights. Like, what are we doing? Like, how is that happening? Like, how are we just getting shoved around? But a big part of it is that we're not the initiator. Look, we don't have great size. Like, that's not who we are. That's not who this team is right now. But, I just mentioned a guard doing that. Right. We have to understand that it's a physical game, and we have to be physical in order to have some sort of success.
You mentioned the panic offensively. Is part of that, guys, just understanding you've been struggling offensively and just trying to do so much that it gets helter-skelter?
It gets helter-skelter. One of the things I told our guys today, and I mean this, like, it's my job to tell them the truth. If they don't like it, then that's fine. They can choose to go somewhere then where someone's going to lie to them and tell them maybe what they want to hear. But we don't have anyone on this team that's just a breakdown one-on-one player. We don't. Very few teams in college do, but we don't. So we have to understand, for us to get the best shot, we have to work together, like everything. And so our screens have to be good to help. Like that little thing, you may think it's a little thing. It's a huge thing. Knowing the play, the timing of it, passing the basketball. We're at our best when we have a lot of assists, when the ball is moving. The thing that's frustrating for me and our coaching staff, but I'm speaking for me right now, is you see it in spurts, like where we do it. The thing that I can't understand is then, like, why don't we like that? Like, why does it change? The first 5 minutes of the game, the ball was snapping. We were generating good shots. Now, I'm not saying we're making the shots, but we were generating good looks, open looks. And then all of a sudden, and again, we showed it today, but it's like a broken record. Like, then all of a sudden, we start trying to go one-on-one. Instead of staying in the corner and waiting on the screen, we start inching out. Like, we're running to the ball. Everyone wants the ball. I have guys complain. I heard after the game, guys complaining, like, we got to pass. We got to do, this guy needs to pass. Our guards need to pass. I don't hear anyone, we need to block out. We need to get on the floor for a loose ball. We need to be more physical. Like, we don't. So everything is predicated on that. And so, like, we panic, and then, a guy may miss someone may be open. He may miss a guy, and the other guy's feeling a certain way. So then if he gets it, it's like, well, I'm not going to, now it's my turn. And it's a recipe for losing. And we have all the ingredients for that right now.
So what are the steps to get?
We have to keep on showing them, keep on trying to emphasize it, which we have done. Keep working on it in practice. One of the frustrating things is in practice, we snap it, we move it, we do it. We do drills for it. We do. It's hard to do 5-on-5 right now, and especially today, we had 7 guys. We had a guy that was sick. Kieran Mullen was sick with a little stomach bug, so we had 7 guys. So it's not much 5-on-5 we can do, but keep trying to emphasize it. And then I have to now, especially now, if we're not doing it, I got to get guys out and put guys in, and hopefully the guys on the bench understand it, what it is that we have to do to give ourselves the best chance.
I wanted to ask you this because it came up the other day. I think it was Roman that brought up Henry Lau. We haven't had a chance to see him. Obviously, he's part of what you guys are doing in practice. What can you tell us about how he's progressing? I know he's not going to play.
Yeah. He was one of the guys. So as you put together a roster now, like college basketball, college athletics, period, the college basketball is very, very different now. Like the college basketball that I knew growing up and loved, that's gone. Like it's gone. Like this is more like professional sports. And so as you put a roster together now, the very first thing is that you have to, you get what you can afford now. And that's the reality. And so with us, we knew kind of what we had to work with. And so then what we tried to do was try to get like 10 guys that we could afford and that we thought could help. And then to at the back end of the roster to get guys that we thought for the future. So you don't have to spend a lot on them, maybe scholarship, maybe a little bit of money, but these are guys for the future. Henry was a part of that group. He was a part of that, and he's the only one that's still redshirted from that group. When he first got here, he was a really good cutter, good athlete, unbelievable energy, had a pretty decent feel for how to play. There was a setback when he hurt his thumb. He was out for a while after having the surgery. He works his butt off. He works with Jamarius Burton just about every day. He's improved his shooting. He's improving his ball handling. But he has a pretty good feel for how to play. He's a competitive guy. He's got good size. He's a good athlete. He's gotten stronger. And so I'm excited about the energy that he brings to work and the process of trying to get better.
I would imagine JB works him pretty hard.
JB works him pretty hard. I wish we had him out there for us right now.
Well, in today's game, I don't know. I mean,
If he hasn't the eligibility left, he can try to sue and get it. I mean, probably would get it.
Jeff, one of the members of your staff who's been here for your entire time that gets you guys everything you need when you need it, even if the weather doesn't provide the optimum circumstances. Brian Regan is going to join us next to talk about what he does here for the Pitt basketball program. You're listening to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association. Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan. Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt! Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics.
UPMC believes that not having a place to call home is as much of a health emergency as anything else. That's why we're working to increase access to affordable and stable housing across Pennsylvania by partnering with local organizations. Because life-changing is helping you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And welcome back. Thank you to the Campus View Club here, the GVU Life Campus View Club here at the Peterson Event Center. Pitt women tied with Stanford 12-12 here in the first. Yeah. This is your, do I have it right, Brian? It's your 19th season on staff?
It's my 19th season in Pitt Athletics, my 17th in basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, very exciting.
You are the director of basketball operations. How would you describe well, we only have 45 minutes, so how would you describe the responsibilities of director of basketball operations?
Well, first of all, I want to say happy National Girls and Women's in Sports Week. It's pretty awesome. Having a daughter who participates in sports, I think it's an unbelievable thing, and very excited to be here tonight. The role of operations, I don't know. I try very diligently to close the gaps. The coaches, I feel, are their biggest responsibilities are the basketball aspect, the X's and O's, and then also the recruiting. I think the recruiting is very big. And while I try to get as much knowledge as I can in those two areas, I feel like my area is everything else that's outside of that realm. And one of the bigger things at this moment, today, this week, the last month or so, has been organization of travel and trying to make sure all the schedules fit together.
So Saturday, your guys are in Clemson. The weather is changing. When do you find out we're not making it out of South Carolina? And how do you, with a group that big, try to figure out what's next?
That was kind of one of those games that wasn't enjoyable to me because I never really got to watch much of the game. I did on probably 2 or 3 days before I began a little bit of reconnaissance work on if it should happen, what my different options were. I spoke to the hotel that we stayed at that night. Claire Teague at the Inn at Patrick Square was in charge of our group there and did a wonderful job. And they had some rooms, but not all rooms. And I spoke to our football guy, Chris LaSala, who's been here a long time. And Chris gave me information on the Marriott Greenville. And probably a couple minutes, I'd been following it, and everyone kept saying, everything's great. Everything's great. We're going to get off on time. Everything's going to be fine. In a noon game, you feel like you're going to get home at a decent hour. Probably 3 or 4 minutes into the game, my phone is buzzing, and I pull it out of my pocket, and it says, the airport now is closed. So I was having trouble with reception in the bowl there at Clemson, so I went out and stood in their loading dock, and I basically worked my phone for about 2.5 hours. One of their assistant athletic directors, who's friends with Dustin Gray, who's our sport administrator, he gave Dustin some information, an exact contact at the hotel. Pitt football hadn't been to Clemson in a while, so Chris said, I have a contact, but it's no good. I don't think she even works there anymore. But at least I had the name of the hotel. And luckily, they had a convention going on, and because of the weather, a lot of people didn't show up at their convention. So there was a big opening at the hotel for us. We had a wonderful group of donors with us, and we were able to get everybody into the Marriott Greenville. We were driving through the weather, too, and I think you'll all enjoy this, being in Western PA. It didn't seem like there was that much snow on the ground to me. I mean, I thought, why are they closing the airport? But I had checked earlier, and I mentioned this to Coach Capel, that they did have a plow and they did have a de-icer. So I thought, there's a good start. I don't know if they've ever used them, but it's a good start. And they continued to say to me, the people kept saying, I know you're used to this. And I said, well, that doesn't really matter because my bus driver's not and you're not. So it doesn't really move me any further ahead. But people were really, the team and everyone traveling with us were wonderful. It's always very difficult when something like that happens and you're now, instead of getting home tonight, everyone's going to have to get back into a new hotel and hand out keys. They didn't, the keys weren't totally ready when we got to the lobby, so Matt Watson, who's a graduate assistant of ours, was in a car with 4 or 5 other guys who were separate from the bus, and they got up to the hotel a little bit early. And I was texting them on the way up, like, make sure this room's ready, make sure this room's ready, make sure this room's ready first. But we got it all situated. They put a dinner together for us. That was fine. The next morning we had a nice breakfast. By the end of the night, they had given me a flight itinerary for the next day. Not to say that would have worked, but it did. It ended up working. So we just shot for what was in the itinerary, and we got up in the next morning and came home. But as you know, that people get tired when they travel. I'm not saying they're tired of traveling, but you get a little bit exhausted. And it was a rough travel day that second day. So, we ended up just coming back and everyone headed home and tried to get some rest because the next morning we got up and went to Virginia.
So I want to know this. When you are planning your family vacation, do you say, hey, I know all the places to go, or do you turn to your wife and say, I don't want to deal with any of this?
I always just say, honey, what do you think? And then we go from there.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I think we have something in common in the fact that I went to Bernie Matthews basketball camp as a kid, and you worked with Bernie at St. Vincent.
Yeah, Coach Matthews is a legend at St. Vincent College. And one of my old classmates, Dr. Gene, is here tonight. He went to St. Vincent with me. But, I roomed with Bernie's son, Mike. And Bernie let me tag along with the team for a year. And it was a great learning experience. He would talk to me about players and what my thoughts were on recruits. And we would talk about a lot of Pittsburgh area kids because that was probably the only kids I had really seen. I used to go and watch in the summertime at the 5-star basketball camp at Robert Morris. Mm-hmm. And so I had a little bit of a feel of the national level kids, like the top 100 kids, but there was no Alonzo Mourning coming to St. Vincent, so I had to kind of try to check out those Pittsburgh area guys.
Well, you worked at Robert Morris as an assistant coach at La Roche and at Slippery Rock.
Yes. How
valuable were those opportunities in what you're doing now, and what do you take from those?
Every job that you have to find value in, and you have to really work on. I've always been a big believer too in what are your responsibilities, and take care of what you're supposed to be in charge of. Now, everybody would like to be, the head coach or the athletic director, but not everybody's in that position. So what are you? I'm the director of operations. So what's my job? I leave 3 minutes into the Clemson game. I go stand in a loading dock, and I try to get everything organized for the night. That's basically what it is. If you get caught up in trying to be something else, your job's going to slip a little. And I've found great value in all those. Having been an assistant before, I think I'm a good help for the staff. A lot of times I feel like my help is saying, hang in there. What we're doing is right. What we're doing works. Keep battling. You don't always get a perfect deck. I've climbed ladders and cut down nets, and I've gotten to the end of the year, and it was a tough finish. So the idea is to come in every day and just keep working. I mean, the work is where it's at.
All right, when we come back, I want to ask you, we're only a couple of months away from Pitt basketball camps.
That's right.
Ask you about that, and also your son is playing. His head coach is a local radio host and columnist. We'll discuss that as we continue with Brian Regan here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions. listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We're joined by Director of Basketball Operations, Brian Regan, and it's going to be in 4 months where, it's so hot, it's humid. And you're going to be in the middle of basketball camps, June 15th to 18th, June 22nd to 25th, and July 6th through 9th. It's boys 3rd through 10th grade the first 2 weeks, and then 3rd through 9th grade. What are those, how would you describe, Brian, what those camps are like?
Saturday situation at Clemson was a walk in the park compared to what it's going to be like. No, there are some great things that we have going on here. First of all, there's unbelievable, in our region, there's unbelievable love and passion for basketball. And every year we get tons of young men, young boys who come in here. I think the women's camp has really grown also, but our camp has always been just boys, and it's really grown in numbers since Coach Capel has been here. It's actually been the biggest camps that we've had. And it's a lot of fun. Our players come and get involved a little bit. We hire some local coaches, some small college coaches come in and work, a couple high school coaches here and there work. And it's just fun to, really for me, it's fun to see and meet all these kids and then kind of follow them along after they get past a certain age, their last couple years in high school. They don't come to camp. They might come with their team. We do have a team camp also, which we haven't put out yet. But the kids, it's fun following them, and it's great seeing them in doing well and thriving. And a lot of them are hopefully, we're hoping to get one of our former campers to be a player here at Pitt. We had Aiden Fish was a camper here, nice. And that was pretty cool. But we're looking at it as a chance to promote the program and create a little excitement.
At some point to be Dr. Fish.
Dr. Fish, yes.
Which is awesome. I saw him I think it was last home game, and he said, "How's school going?" He's like, "Oh, it's a lot of work."
Yeah,
it's a lot of work. That's cool. Your son Brendan is a freshman.
Freshman in high school. Yeah.
His current head coach is Joe Starkey, who works for our flagship station, 93.7 The Fan, and also for the Tribune Review. How's that going?
It's going really well. Coach Starkey has a lot of energy to him, and he has done a lot with this group and created a little excitement in their game. He gets there early, so they come in early to shoot. He leaves a little later to allow them to stay and shoot. And as you know, young boys, that's all they want to do is shoot the ball. They don't care about any of the other stuff. But it's a great thing because he has their interest and they're entertained. And I've caught a couple games, and I try really hard not to say anything to my kids' coaches. So all I've said to Coach is, "Hey, Coach, how are you? And good to see you." And I try to move on from there. But he's been great. He talked to me about a couple concepts one day, and he basically told me the concepts, and I agreed that that's the way it was. But he's been great. He's been great for the kids, and I've had a chance to see a lot of sportscasters in Western PA now coaching. So my daughter played this summer for the Bruins organization, and Paul Zeiss is part of it. So
our daughter played for him too. My stepdaughter Biz, and he's a really good coach.
I need to start critiquing these guys a little harder. I'm not sure that that they get what they give sometimes. So maybe I need to get together with them.
Here's what I want to know. Have the parents organized a talk show or a column where they could critique everything he does?
No, not yet. No, it's been good. I mean, Joe has a lot of energy to him, and I think sometimes in ninth grade, those kids have energy, and they just need someone to match that. They don't need someone who's going to beat them down. They need someone who's going to encourage them, because next year is a big step, right? Each year now is a bigger step. But I want to say right now that they're like 13-5, something like that. And of their 5 games, probably 3 or 4 of them were really, really like 2-3 point games down the stretch. But it's been fun. It's been fun.
I will tell you that Joe has blamed himself for a couple of those losses. So he's taking ownership.
No comment.
Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate
it.
Coming up, he was the spark for this program and has the distinction of doing something only Shane Battier has done in ACC history. Zach Austin will join us next as we continue on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with LawShore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And welcome back to the GBU Life Campus View Club here at the Peterson Events Center. Panthers women's team hanging in there with Stanford, and a good matchup going on the court right now. We are joined by Oklahoma City Thunder's Zach Austin. Yeah, he is one of 3 players in NCAA history with at least 1,400 points, 700 rebounds, 200 threes, and 200 blocks in their career. Zach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Good. Jeff Hathorn here with your coach, Jeff Capel. I know you're unfortunately dealing with an injury. When do you hope to get back? How would you describe what it's been like this season before the injury?
I plan to get back in the next 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully. We got a little break coming up, so that's kind of helping. Not missing as many games as I would, but everything been going good since before everything happened. Then I had a good stretch of games, playing good ball, just learning the system, being confident in myself, and just going out there and hooping.
Zach's stats in the G League: 14 games, 24 minutes, 9.6 points, 39% from three, 3.1 rebounds, and nearly 2 blocks a game. Zach, where do you feel like your game's really taken a step?
I think the biggest thing with me is just being more deceptive with my game, trusting my work, as JC would tell me, just being who I am, attacking the basket more, just using my athletic ability just to make more plays. I think that was the biggest thing for me coming in, just being more confident and just being the athlete that I am.
ZA, what's up, man?
How you doing, Coach?
Doing good now. I hear your voice. We were texting the other day. So for you guys who didn't know, before Zach got hurt, he talked about the stretch. He was playing at an unbelievably high level. Like, you could see that the switch was starting to come on and he was starting to get it. Zach, my question is, what's been the biggest adjustment for you from leaving the college game now to the professional game and being in an outstanding organization like Oklahoma City?
Yeah, like you said, like OKC is probably the best team for me. Just learning from the champs, going through preseason, talking to, Shea, J-Dub, Chet, them guys, just learning little things from them. And then just the organization in general, like, it's so, top notch, just, real blue collar, coming in, tucking jerseys. So you step on the court, it's just learning just to being a professional. I think this is the best position for me to be in. And then the biggest adjustment, probably the speed, and just knowing that, in college, it's a fast game. It's a lot of good players, but like the NBA, the G League is the best of the best. So I'm going against 2 other guys who's just as athletic as I am, trying to find ways to score, trying to ways to, beat people to spots. So the biggest thing for me was just adjusting to the speed, and then just knowing that everybody is good. Like, you can't take it for granted. You're not going to have no off nights. You're going to always face somebody that was somebody, before they came here. So just learning the game, learning the speed.
What was it like for you in camp? I mean, here you are with the world champs, and it's like, oh yeah, I know you and you and you and you, and you're really good. Like, what was that like, and how do you feel like you matched up against the best team, as you're practicing against the best team in the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, it was super surreal. 2-3 months before that, I was watching them on TV in the finals. So just seeing them in person and just, being around that, just, you have no choice but to get better. There's too many good players on that team, as y'all know, like OKC, 15 deep. And then just being in training camp, learning from, Mark, hearing from Sam. It was just a lot of just a real surreal moment, just to be blessed and to be picked by, them guys to be able to come to training camp.
We're joined by Zach Austin, former Panthers forward for a couple of years here at the University of Pittsburgh. How do you, in those practices in camp, like, show what you can do, but remember that they're your teammates, or do you just block that out and go play your game?
It's kind of a little bit of both. I mean, at the end of the day, it's basketball. I'm there to compete, trying to make a roster. So I'm going in every day with a chip on my shoulder, knowing that I gotta come be ready to compete. I gotta guard Shea, I gotta guard AJ Mitchell, I gotta guard a lot of these good guards that's doing the best in the league, and it's not easy for sure. Like, I definitely had some days when it's like, am I really ready for this? But, you know, you gotta come back to yourself and be like, if they wouldn't allow you to be here if you wasn't ready. So just going through all that just really helped me a lot.
Well, we mentioned you're shooting 39% from three. We all remember the three against Ohio State that won that game. And we know you're working with Bryce Alford. I think Coach and I could tell you his dad could shoot it. We know Bryce could shoot it. How much has he helped you in that regard?
He helps me a lot. You know, I learned a lot of things from BA. You know, he's a really good coach. Like, he knows how to talk to us. You know, he played at UCLA, so he's been in positions we have. He also played for the Blue. So, you know, just learning little tips from him. Make sure I'm set my feet. Make sure I'm square. You know, just the little things. Just making sure the real thing is making sure I just stay consistent in it.
What's it like to have Buddy Boeheim as a teammate?
Hey, it's cool. You know, I talk jump to him about Syracuse and stuff like that. I gotta be on him about that. I can't let that go. But you know, it's real cool having, you know, we got a couple ACC guys on the team, you know, going back and forth talking jump. So it's all in fun.
How would you describe what Coach Capel, the staff, and your teammates meant to you during your time here?
Man, it really meant the world. Honestly, I wouldn't be here without them guys. Learning from, you know, Kate, JC, Brown. It's a lot of guys on that staff that, you know, took their time to believe in me. Going through days, you know, that first year wasn't, you know, it was real rough for me. And they stayed, you know, they kept that belief in me. You know, senior year, had a good year, shot the ball well. Just being around them guys, being around a bunch of coaches that understand where you come from and, you know, really gives you the tools and the knowledge to really learn the game from, you know, some of the best people. You know, Kate been in Team USA, Duke, all that type of stuff. You got JC, Carolina, Yale, been pro, basically the same type of player I am, but I'm a little better. He won't tell me, so I will. Just learning from them guys and then seeing Bub go out there, talk to Bub, talk to Blake, talk to all the guys, you know, just making sure we stay connected through this whole process because, you know, it's a brotherhood, a real brotherhood here at Pitt. So just making sure we stay connected, you know, catch up when we can. Hopefully go meet up in the summer at Pitt. You know,
Yeah, Zach, I know you've got a ton going on. We thank you for taking a little bit, man. Congrats on everything.
Yeah, no problem.
Look forward to seeing you back on the court.
Oh, yes, sir. Real soon. Appreciate y'all having me.
All right, Zach.
Hey,
thanks,
2P,
man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about Zach.
Okay.
And how his game has progressed next on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
You don't need to study film or draw up elaborate plays to save on groceries. Just visit Giant Eagle and get freshness and savings in every basket. Choose from a top-seeded selection of fresh produce, meat, seafood, baked goods, and more to make every meal a fan favorite. Our friendly team members are happy to help you plan the perfect dish. Plus, with My Perks rewards, weekly deals, and can't-miss value from our family of brands, you always have ways to save. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt.
It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Panthers at 2 o'clock on Saturday. That is a change from the original weird time of 3:45. It will be a 2 o'clock start against SMU. We'll talk about SMU here in a little bit. I could see in your face, just like hearing Zach's voice, is cool, and what his game is starting to become.
Zach is really, really talented and an unbelievable young guy, young man. We were so fortunate to have him with us and have him with us for 2 years. It was interesting hearing him talk about his struggles, his first year. He was a guy that, and it's tough, you're coming up from High Point, which is a really good program now. When he was there, they struggled a little bit. They had some turmoil with the coaching staff. I think Tubby Smith, I think he quit right before Zach's second season. Zach got started into basketball late too, and he was at an AAU tournament, I think when he was 14. I think I'm almost certain 14 or 15, and while he was there, his mom passed, and so from then on, it was just him and his older sister.
Because he wore her number, right?
He wore her number, yep. And, we found out all of that during the recruiting process. And his first year was us constantly, you're good enough, and getting him to change habits. And, he came back his second year and was a completely different player. He believed, you heard him say, trust the work. That's something my brother said to him all the time. Pretty cool to hear him still using that. And, he had a really, really good last season for us. And that stat that you mentioned, or his stats, and he and Shane Battier, that's impressive company. I always thought his best basketball was ahead of him, too. And when he didn't get drafted, I spoke to Sam Presti, who I know pretty well from my time being at the University of Oklahoma. And Sam asked me about him. They were really intrigued by him. And I thought it was the perfect organization. I think Oklahoma City is probably the best organization as far as development and their G League team. And I thought it was the best place for Zach. And I hate that he got hurt because, Jeff, he was playing at such an incredible level. And you could, like I mentioned, the switch had finally come on of him, starting to believe, I am this good. And to understand how to use his athleticism and things like that. So I'm really proud of him, just of how much he's matured, how much he's grown, and him having a chance to live out his dream.
All right, when we come back, I want to bring up something that Brian brought up about it being National Women in Sports Week. It was a day yesterday. We both have daughters that have played sports, and how cool that is, and how the level of play has been awesome. That's next here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes!
She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with LawShore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. A savings account started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Sunday here at the Peterson Event Center's Pink the Pete's against Cal at 1 o'clock. And it is National Women in Sports Week, and both have daughters that are, it's so awesome to see the opportunities that are there for girls and women now.
No question. And I think they're amazing. I really do. Like, I think the women's college basketball, the NCAA tournament the past few years has been more exciting than the men's. The storylines, maybe it's because they're in school for longer. But, you know, I'm a fan of the WNBA, unrivaled right now. Just the opportunities that they have and just how good they are. And it's pretty neat to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark is a name, but hopefully she draws you in and then you watch
see how
everything
good everyone is.
Yeah.
Like in the WNBA.
How they move the ball.
How they move the ball, how good they are, how competitive they are, how great teammates they are, like just all of that stuff.
When we come back, we're going to talk about SMU, 2 o'clock Saturday here at the Peterson Event Center on the Jeff Capel Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics. Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, Keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood, in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And 2 o'clock on Saturday is a blackout game here at the Peterson Events Center. SMU is your 15-win team, highest scoring team in the ACC. And it seems like, just looking at some of their numbers, like they get after you with their pressure from a guard standpoint.
Yeah, really good team. Really good backcourt. Boopie Miller, who was there last year, started at Wake Forest. Started at, I think, Central Michigan, maybe, or Western, one of those Michigan teams. And then Wake Forest was an all-conference guard at Wake Forest. And then there he leads them in scoring. Really, really good guard. And then Edwards and Pierre are both really, really good. Aggressive, old, physical. Try to turn you over. And then they got a big 7'2" kid from Turkey inside. He's huge. Very physical, really strong. I think is his name. Yep. And so, they get after you. They really attack you in transition. Very good in the half court when you got three guys that can all create off the bounce and go get their own. Good size. Again, an older team, an experienced team.
In like 10 seconds, what's the key against a team like that? Don't give them the ball.
Well, we can't turn it over. You can't give them a lot. One of our big things is that we can't give up easy baskets. And turnovers usually lead to easy baskets. Offensive rebounds normally lead to easy baskets. So we have to correct those two things from the last game. And then offensively, we got to move the ball.
All right. Our thanks to T-Bird, to Joel Nelson, to Jason, to Zach Austin, to Brian Regan. Thanks for being here. A blackout Saturday. Pregame at 1:30 with Bill Hillgrove and Curtis Aiken right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast was presented by ZipRecruiter. Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app.